Have you ever had a day where one small thing, like a text, a look, a comment, completely derailed your mood and sent you into a spiral? And even though part of you knows that it's not the end of the world, your body feels like it is. And this has nothing to do with being dramatic. That's how mood swings show up in ADHD. And they're even more intense when hormones get involved. My name is Sara Kelly. I'm an ADHD coach for late diagnosed women who look successful on the outside, but often feel like they're one dropped ball away from everything falling apart. In today's video, we're going to explore why emotional swings are so common with ADHD, how perimenopause and hormonal shifts can intensify them, and what you can actually do to ground yourself before, during, and after a wave hits. Let me tell you about one afternoon that I will never forget. It started as a normal day. I was crossing things off my list, feeling okay, when I got an unexpected email. It wasn't even that bad, just a little bit of critical feedback. But within seconds, my body flooded. My stomach dropped, my chest tightened, my brain raced, and I couldn't focus. Everything felt wrong. So what did I do? I canceled a call, I cried over lunch, and I stared at my screen but couldn't type a thing. Then 2 hours later, it passed, just like a storm. And I was left trying to put the pieces of my day back together, wondering what the hell just happened. And that's exactly what an ADHD mood swing can feel like. They're sudden, intense, and all-consuming, and often completely out of sync with the actual situation. So here's the thing to understand about ADHD. It doesn't just affect focus or forgetfulness. It affects how we feel, and more importantly, how we recover from how we feel. Because our brains are wired for fast, intense emotions. And it's not because we're emotional wrecks, but because part of the brain that handles big picture thinking, calming down, and perspective, the prefrontal cortex, has trouble stepping in fast enough. And the limbic system, or emotional brain, that part's ready to jump into high alert at the tiniest threat. So a misunderstood text or minor conflict can feel like the sky is falling. Now add in hormonal shifts, especially during perimenopause. And it's like turning up the emotional volume on a speaker that already feels too loud. Estrogen helps regulate dopamine and serotonin. When estrogen drops, like it often does in your 30s, 40s, and into menopause, those feel-good chemicals also drop. And that means your brain becomes even more sensitive to stress, criticism, or overwhelm. So often we feel broken during this stage of our lives, and I'm here to tell you that you're not broken. It's that your brain and body are responding to a cocktail of intense signals. And unless you've been taught how to work with those signals, it can feel like you're always just one step away from losing complete control. Now let's shift into the what actually can help part. These aren't magic fixes, but they're real things you can experiment with to feel less hijacked by your emotions. Build awareness of your emotional cycle. Start small, a line or two in your planner about how you felt each day. Was your fuse short? Did you feel teary or edgy? What you're doing here is gathering clues. You're building a map of when these emotional spikes tend to hit and what might be connected. Is it PMS, sleep, or maybe a deadline? Create a wave plan. Make a cheat sheet for when you're in the thick of a mood storm. Things like drink something cold, walk outside for 5 minutes, put your hands on your chest and say, you're okay. Because this isn't about stopping the wave, it's about not getting pulled under. And when your brain's foggy from emotion, you won't remember your tools unless they're written down. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. In the moment, you might think, I'm too much, or I can't deal with anything. What if you instead said, this is hard, but I've felt like this before and it passed? Or I don't have to fix this right now. I just have to ride it out. Self-talk is one of the most powerful tools we have. And with ADHD, that internal dialogue can spiral fast if we're not careful. Delay big decisions. Mood swings love urgency. You'll want to quit that project, ghost your friend, cancel your life plans, but don't. Instead, create a 24-hour rule. Nothing gets decided in the middle of a wave. Make that promise to yourself ahead of time. Then revisit when you've had some sleep, food, and space. Use when-then routines. When I feel chest tightening overwhelm, then I sit outside for 5 minutes. Because this is different than forcing yourself to snap out of it. It's giving your brain a predictable next step, one that's rooted in compassion. Anchor your body first. You can't regulate your mind if your body feels like it's under attack. Try pressing your feet onto the floor, rinsing your hands in warm water, or humming to stimulate your vagus nerve. Your nervous system needs to feel safe before your thoughts can become clear. Let me pause and say, if you've never had someone walk you through these tools in a way that feels ADHD friendly and actually doable, that's okay. That's what coaching is for. I help women build personalized plans for emotional regulation that don't rely on willpower or toxic positivity. And if that's something that you feel like you need, you can book a free call with me using the link below. Let's get back to it. Journal after the wave. Once things settle down, jot down what happened, what triggered you, what helped you come down. This isn't homework, it's intel. It's learning your unique emotional blueprint so you can navigate it better next time. Adjust your expectations. Someday the win is just keeping the ship afloat. Give yourself permission to lower the bar without lowering your worth. Because your productivity isn't the only measure of a good day. Emotional resistance counts as well. Laugh, cry, or yell on purpose. Sometimes what you need is not to control, but release. Watch a sad movie and cry it out. Dance around your kitchen or scream into a pillow. Your emotions are energy, and if you don't let them move, they get stuck. I myself have a PhD and pushing everything down and getting my emotions stuck. And I'm sure as an ADHD woman, you can relate to this. Find your reset button because everyone's got one. It might be music, nature, a shower, a nap. What brings you back to you? Make that thing sacred. Make it non-negotiable. That's not indulgent, it's maintenance. And finally, here's what I want you to remember. You're not too much. You're not weak. You're not unstable. You're navigating a brain and body that experience the world intensely. And that comes with challenges, yes, but also depth, insight, and empathy. If you're tired of feeling hijacked by your own nervous system, there are ways to work with your brain and not against it. You don't have to do it alone. You can book a free discovery call with me in the link in the description, where we can talk about how to make your emotional world feel more manageable. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next one.